Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Preppypluto. Hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and I wanted to give a shout out and thanks to all my brothers and sisters in arms, and I also wanted to recognize the surviving families as well. Thank you. This is part 10 of the playthrough of The Outer World. I plan to put 2 videos out per week. I've been playing around with some new editing software to create even better content. Let's go! First, we're going to go reprogram the automechanicals. This is the auto-mechanical control terminal. We're going to modify behavior. Accessing behavior modification. Auto-mechanical behavior mode. Guard mode. Guard mode targets. Intruders. Select operation. New mode. Error. Auto-mechanicals in this facility have been mandated to remain in guard mode. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted in your permanent record. C. Higgins. Sorry, Chester. Please see your supervisor to schedule a reprimand. Select new target. Error. Automechanicals in this facility have been mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted in your permanent record. C. Higgins. Sorry again, Chester. Please see your supervisor to schedule a reprimand. Define intruders. All persons or entities not identified as property of Spacer's Choice. Would you like to modify the definition of intruders? Define intruders as Spacer's Choice automechanicals. Definition of intruders successfully updated. Modify definition successfully forwarded to security. Please allow some time to process and remove all recently defined intruders. This is Jeremy. This is the malfunctioning automechanical that can be initially found roaming the Edgewater junkyard. Its navigation module had been dislodged and affecting its ability to successfully search for a repair bay. Its broken navigation system had led it to determine that the junkyard is a Spacer's Choice designated mechanical repair bay. So this was repaired after a playthrough that I had to do. If it's repaired by her body, she will name it Jeremy, after the character in the Aether Wave serial. Through romantic tale of the Space Guard due to the mechanical helmet's resemblance to its namesake. Jeremy will then proceed to the repair bay at the Geothermal Power Plant, where it can later be enlisted to assist with fighting the plant's malfunctioning automechanicals. And this was related to the quest of Die Robot with Ludwig Miller, asking the stranger to deal with the mechanical sentry at the junkyard. This may be done by either destroying the mechanical or repairing it.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's Choice.
This is odd. Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
So let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other mechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that.
feel that bass. We gon' shake up this place. Say, pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Everybody say, feel that bass. Yeah, we gon' shake up this place. Pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Say, dreams to chase. Yeah, we ain't losing this race. Say, we got faith. We know what it's gonna take. Ain't nobody gotta do for me what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yeah, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep, what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Say what? Stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, I said.
Unexpected.
Okay, this terminal is the steam distribution control. We have engineering 20, so we can shut off the steam release valves. Release valves successfully closed.
Are you ready to see somebody's need for speed? I can put our wings in the wind faster than you could ever believe. Are you ready to rock? Fun that don't ever stop. We are on a crash course and freedom is running on as long as we want. Drive fast, let go. Hands up, wind blows. Soundtrack, stone cold. Sit back and turn it up, now here we go. Calling all my friends for a race. Revving up the engines, we ain't going nowhere sooner. Fast cars and wild hearts, a better life. Heading to the top, you'll see us. Trying to be the best, no secret. Never touch the brakes to keep it. Fast cars and wild hearts, a better life. Are you ready to move? Now that we got you loose, I can hear the birds waking early to saying that it's never too soon. So are you ready to rock? Well, it don't ever stop. We are on a crash course of freedom and we can go as long as we want, yeah. Drive fast, let go. Hands up, wind blows. Soundtrack, stone cold.
This is the master control terminal. We're ready to make a decision to divert power from either Edgewater or the Botanical Lab. Now, making your choice, you have to consider the consequences. If we side with the deserters, we'll have to fight Reed and his men for the power regulator back at the cannery. And you can convince him to stand down if your speech skills are high enough, but the whole town will lose power and you'll have to get some blood on your hands. Pravati will also be sad. If you side with Edgewater, the people holed up in the deserter camp will somewhat be convinced to come back to Edgewater. But Adelaide, dogmatic about her search for a cure, will be adamant about continuing her research alone, even if it kills her. However, she will give up if you convince Reed to step down or kill him. which takes a few speech checks. This is actually the nicer option, and Edgewater ends up doing better overall. The plant status. This access report brought to you by Spacer's Choice. Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater Saltuna Cannery and the Botanical Laboratory. Structural damage detected. Please notify your designated supervisor. Redirect power. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Power redirection function has failed. Manual override required. Please activate all 3 electrical track switches.
We got another chance to rise above the emptiness. Got
3
a
switches.
brand new
That'll be easy enough.
forming like a silhouette. Our eyes are looking up. Gonna get what we want. Our time to overcome. The stars align for us. Hearts soaring like a jet plane. Crashing and we never look back.
Here's the first one.
Tell them this is our game.
What'll
We're
happen
taking
is
it
that
with
it's
all that
if
we
we send
have.
power to the Vale.
It'll never be the same. Victory rewriting the past. Hearts
I do not have
soaring
any
like a
dialogue
jet
with the
plane.
answer question.
Crashing and we never look
It's not
back.
written into the story at this point.
Never look back.
I'll have dialogue once I've overwritten the main redirect power.
Up until the last call, staying until the end, together through it all. Even if we break a bend, our eyes
There's a
are
second switch.
looking
Where's it
up.
going?
Gonna get
If we send the power
what
to
we
this desert,
want. Our
what
time
happens
to
to the Vale?
overcome. The stars align for us. Hearts soaring like a jet plane. Crashing and we never look back. Tell them this is our game. We're taking it with all that we have.
And this is the third switch.
Never be the
Yeah.
same.
The geothermal plant is powered by a volcano that's located on the island.
Hearts
For all
soaring
this
like a
water.
jet plane. To overcome, the stars align for us. Hearts soaring like a jet plane. Crashing and we never look back. Tell them this is our game. We're taking it with all that we have. It'll never be the same. Victory rewriting the past. Hearts soaring like a jet plane.
Once we do this, they're still going back.
Nope. And Adelaide is not going to be a happy
Excuse me,
camper.
ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion, Pravati.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Reed tells me Edgewater's going to die without workers and power.
Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
You were all the way down there trying to talk to me? Are you sure you want to continue? We're going to redirect to Edgewater. Its status, Vale Geothermal Plant operating at 53% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater. Botanical Laboratory has been removed from the Vale power grid. And structural damage detected. Please notify your designated supervisor. Before we go to convince the deserters to return, we need to go find Zoe. Zoe is in a settlement filled with marauders, and it's east of the Botanical Lab. So what we need to do is get to the settlement, and we'll find ourselves overrun by the marauders, so we're going to engage them from a distance with our companion to whittle down the marauders' numbers. Settlement where Zoe is located. Also, this is where Gil is located as well.
Here we go!
When they ran out of the buildings. They don't seem to be too bright. That was an advantage on our side. Now I just gotta be careful and not trigger any landmines.
From a dream, remembering how it felt to fall.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
How it used to be. You've been on my mind. Together in another life. Feels like so much time. From when we were saying, holding my breath. Don't lose the moment. Holding my breath. Don't lose the moment. Here at the edge, our hearts are open.
Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that.
Oh, be quiet, Zoe.
Don't mess with me.
Ah, no encore?
Nope.
These nights I fall into a state. I feel it all, bittersweet taste. Don't know what's making me this way. I want it. Some call it restlessness, and some say I'm just bored being alone. They don't see it, they don't know that I was born with feral bones. This red hot river running, rushing me right in. Tonight I'm on fire. I get wild, go inside. If you wanna run with me, gotta learn to show your teeth. Oh, 'cause I was made this way. A wild heart can't be tamed. Want something real that I can taste. I seek it out, no time to waste. All that you know,
Oh.
eradicate. When it comes to this, there's no right way. Some call it
That's right on that.
restlessness, and some say caught up in illusion. They don't see it, they don't know that I was born to this red hot river running, rushing me right in. I try to let it go, but I can know I gotta give in. Tonight I'm on fire. I get wild inside. If you wanna run with me, gotta learn to show your teeth. Oh, 'cause I was made this way.
What?
No wild hearts can't be tamed.
I really like the pistol with the mag to zap. I noticed that I use less rounds. And it seems to take people out pretty quick, so I like to use it over really anything else at this point in the game. It might change. I have tried using other weapons since I've had to play over and over again this part of the game because I was having some technical difficulties with my Elgato, and then I also had technical difficulties with the OBS, and so I had to call Elgato a couple of times and was able to get it all figured out. Was able to, you know, practice with some different weapons. Figure out which ones work better.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Absolutely not. You're Zoe. Your people are looking for you.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Why did you leave camp?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find but a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse? I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. No?
I'm not impressed, but how did you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
There was actually something else.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
You should go back. People are worried.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
What about Stefan? You two were friends.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me.
Yep.
So I've got that to look forward to.
Take care, Zoe. Now we can return to Grace and also convince the deserters to go back to Edgewater.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't heard her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
I'll leave you be.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
That's a lie. See you around. Okay, we want to talk to one more person.
I don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
What do you have to say, Thomas?
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi! Hello!
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
I'm passing through. I'm just trying to get my ship off the ground.
Never heard it phrased in such a way before. Guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
It's never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple of pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
Yep.
Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Well, today's your lucky day, Thomas. I've got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding! Really? Well, which one?
Part 1. Found it in the community center archives.
Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Hold on, I've got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2. Found it in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Hold on, I've got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
The elusive Part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there?
Yep.
Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
It was.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
I want to ask you something.
What's on your mind?
How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What were you doing out in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I should go. We're gonna go talk to Adelaide, and she is not gonna be happy.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil,
and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
We gotta smash like, subscribe, click the links down below so I make a time. Comment, say hi, hit the bell so I know I'll see you next time. Smash like, subscribe, click the links down below so I make a time. Comment, say hi, hit the bell so I know I'll see you next time.